It's said that the jungle in our country has been hungry for 3 days and 9 nights, but this time Dai has broken this curse. The food eaten in Guangxi in our country is completely different. There are not only all kinds of wild melons, but also wild onions and taros, with snail cooked without powder. In the end, I even ate a fragrant lobster skewer. It was a survival show, but it was forced to go on a field trip. This time Dai came to Guilin, Guangxi in our country. As the saying goes, Guilin is a land of mountains and waters. The unique Castamal here not only has a steep cliff, but also has countless underground caves and mysterious caves, and the bamboo rafts of local fishermen are carried deep into the mountains. The beautiful scenery on the road not only makes the hair short, but also makes Dai short. Oh my God! Half an hour later, I arrived at the starting point. The old rule is that in addition to a few camera equipment for shooting, Dai did not carry any survival tools. Of course, it is impossible to wear hair. Considering that the weather in Guangxi is unpredictable, Dai's priority is to find a suitable place to build a camp. There is no map or compass. He can only go forward in one direction with experience. The bare footboard is stepped on the rocky rock. There is a risk of bleeding and injury if you are not careful. Be careful of the grass on the way. Before leaving, he was told that there were dozens of poisonous snakes in this mountain forest. This picture was not recorded. Dai saw something moving in the grass in front of him. He pulled in the lens and found that it was a silver snake. This blunt stone blew up Dai's hair. If you were kissed by this thing, you could have climbed the mountain directly. He dared not stay too long and left this place. He continued to shoot for hours. He finally found a cave where he could stay. He walked over and saw that the size of the rock was just right. It was a perfect fit for him. Although it looks a bit wet, it's not a problem to shelter from the wind and rain. Dai decided to settle down here for the time being. He will make a plan after finding a suitable place. He has been on the road for so long. He has been hungry for a long time. So he wanted to find something to eat nearby to replenish his energy. After a search, he caught a cockroach. He didn't have to pinch his head to smell it. He ate it and his mouth was full of juice. The taste was smooth. The protein content was dozens of times that of beef. He continued to search around. He caught a bigger head. He pulled off the wings that affected the taste. The rest of the picture was stuffed into his mouth. He ate it. Good guy. He almost got his legs blown away. After eating, he was going to go straight to bed. But it was too wet inside. Compared to that, the grass outside was more comfortable. Besides, God didn't want it to rain. So he just laid on the ground and spent the night. The next day, after a night of starry night, Dai woke up in the morning and felt hungry. So he walked to the grass outside to see if he could find something to eat and drink. Soon he found a plant called carcass grass. Its seeds contain protein and micronutrients. It can be used as a salad. He continued to search. He found a piece of vinegar ginger grass. It tasted sour. It was a bit like lemon. In the end, he picked up some wild strawberries and made a fruit salad. It was sweet, sour, delicious, refreshing and juicy. Although it wasn't a lot, it was enough for Dai, who had just started the challenge, to achieve the effect of excitement. After breakfast, it was time to improve his daily life. The environment in the jungle was warm and humid. It's hard to make a fire in the jungle. So Dai went to the bamboo forest to cut off the roots of the dry bamboo. He was going to process a torch to make a fire. The principle is to scrape the surface of the bamboo. Place a small hole on the back of the bamboo with grooves. Then use the bamboo with grooves to stick to the other bamboo to rub hard. The heat generated will be radiated through the holes in the bamboo. To achieve the purpose of life. Although it's easy to say, it's not easy to do. Dai rubbed the bamboo for more than an hour. But he didn't make a little fire. Don't think too much about it. It's too humid. He could only press the wood in his heart. He lied on the grass and slept for another night. Unexpectedly, it rained in the middle of the night. He didn't want to be attacked by the dawn. Dai had to move his equipment to the cave. Fortunately, the cave was tight enough and there was no rain. But the cold air still made Dai's cave colorful. When it was hard to stay up until dawn, he couldn't take care of the rain. Dai hurried to pack up his luggage. At this moment, he just wanted to get out of this damn place. Find a place with good light and low humidity to camp. Passing by a pile of rubble, he noticed that there were some baskets hit by the rainwater on the ground. He picked up the basket and put it in his mouth. Take a bite and fill your heart. It's like a bomb. It's rare to meet a fruit tree. After eating, Dai, who was not satisfied, collected a lot of bags. He came to the foot of the mountain. Before, Dai only cared about the road ahead. But he forgot the scenery along the way. As the camera zoomed in, a tall arch was right in front of him. Such a magnificent scenery made Dai not only sigh at the natural ghost house, but also because he didn't encounter any animals on the way. When he was hungry, he could only eat green flowers to fill his stomach. Of course, not all plants can be eaten. For example, this plant called dianxia. Although the fruit looks very tempting, if you eat it rashly, you can't miss a table for 8 people to eat a big meal. On the contrary, these crispy bamboo shoots are very enjoyable to eat. Dai drove while eating. 3 hours later, he saw a grapefruit tree in front of him. The ground under the tree looked relatively flat, and the surrounding terrain was open and sunny. It was the feng shui treasure land he was looking for. He decided to settle down here. After all, if you leave again, you will meet your old cousin in Guangxi. And he had a lesson last night. This time, he decided to rely on this tree and the hillside next to it. First, he built the shelter. The material is bamboo, which can be seen everywhere nearby. One end is placed on the tree trunk. The other end is inserted into the hillside. A triangular frame is placed. Then tie it with a vine. Finally, cover it with tarpaulin. A hand-scraped shed with shelter from the wind and rain is done. It's less than half an hour away from dark. It's too late to start a fire. Dai could only use the rest of the material to build a small bed for himself. The next day, Dai felt the terrible temperature difference again. He made up his mind to start a fire today. But before that, he needed to reinforce the roof of the shelter to make sure that the fire would not be extinguished by rainwater. He collected some wild grass nearby and laid it flat on both sides of the roof with bamboos. After doing this, he could focus on starting a fire. He used a stone to scrape some fire from the bamboos as a furnace and learned the lesson of the last failure. When he used bamboo slices to rub against the fire, but also easy to get hurt. So Dai went to the back of the camera to take off his underwear and put it on his chest for charging. Now, with the help of the equipment and his skill, he rubbed out the core of the fire without any accident and transferred it to the furnace. But as the fresh air kept coming in, a small fire began to burn. He was so excited that he made a weird sound. Now he can finally sleep well at night. At noon, when he went out to explore, he found a loquat tree nearby. There were a lot of ripe fruits on the ground. He picked one up and put it in his mouth. Unexpectedly, it tasted very good. He started to eat it. He picked up a lot in no time. In order to improve the quality of sleep at night, Dai decided to upgrade his small bed. He moved a few big stones from around and built 2 stone walls as the foundation.